Hey guys, so for this video I'll be showing my collection for the Bright Eyed Girls. They are one of my ultimate favorite K-pop girl groups of all time. They're my third favorite, right behind Kara and Sonyeoshite, but if you had to say, they're just basically my favorite K-pop girl group of all time, because those three are extremely special to my heart. So I will discuss what I have. I really want to talk throughout this video and explain for those who may not be familiar with some releases, and maybe trying to collect the Bright Eyed Girls. And so I'll explain some details regarding certain items, because their stuff, most of their things are out of print. So if you just got into them, it's really unfortunate, because it's like a scavenger's hunt. So the first thing that I have is their first full-length album, Your Story. This is actually the repackage, which comes with a second CD with some extra songs. I think I made an unboxing of this, but here's disc 1 and disc 2. I don't know if I'll be getting the regular edition of this, but I'm just really happy that I was able to get my hands on a copy of the repackage, because obviously it has more songs, and I think it's the packet, it's like the same stuff on the regular edition, but who knows. If I find it at a really good price or something, I will buy it, but it's not necessary for my collecting for them. But this is one of the things that I would say it's probably the most difficult to find, because it's just really difficult to find. But the song content is amazing. Then we have their second full-length album, Mrs. Kim. Again, out of print. Bit difficult to find, but it has cute packaging for what they could have done, what they were doing at the time. These albums are really old, so but these first two are very R&B based, so if you like that, then you should listen to them. Then their most iconic release ever, Sound G, which is their third full-length album, and this is actually it's the repackage in the regular edition, but I will show you guys how that works out. So it's like a slip, so they actually come in separate copies. So this box actually comes with the repackage, but this is all it comes with. So the repackage of Sound G is Sign, and it's just one page and the disc, so there's really nothing to it. I mainly had to get this because of the song Sign, because this is one of my ultimate K-pop songs of all time, but it just doesn't come with almost anything. But so that's just really annoying, but that's the box that it comes with. And then the regular edition, which is just this, it comes with the two CDs, with like the second CD with remixes, and the first CD with the album, and you get a photo book, the two discs, yeah. But since they come together with this box, I just put it into so I don't lose the albums. I would say that the repackage, so like the second CD, the repackage, it doesn't come with the songs that comes with the regular edition. It just comes with Sign and a couple, like 2 songs and remixes. So if you want all the songs, you have to buy both the repackage and the regular edition, which I find it confusing. So next, I have the fourth full-length album, Sixth Sense, the standard edition. So, yep. This packaging is like, I hate it, but I love it at the same time. But this, again, an amazing album from them. Then the repackage of their first full length, their album Sixth Sense, which is Cream, or you can just call it the Sixth Sense, a repackage. And this is the special edition, which is another thing that's difficult to find. But this comes with an extra song, which is Cream, and I love that song. And then I have their fifth full length album, Black Box. So they were going to make like another edition of this, but it was canceled, and I think it was because the album did not do as well as the previous ones. So Nega Media, I forgot what the word company was called. Let's see. Nega Network, yeah. Nega Network canceled the new, like the, I think the special edition thing, because they were hinting at releasing like, I think they were probably going to release a repackage like they did with Sound G and Sixth Sense, but I think it was just canceled because in interviews they were hinting at, oh yeah, there's going to be a special meaning behind Black Box, so I think they were planning to just release like a black box. I don't know. But regardless, this was a good release. I don't have the disc right here because I listen to it quite frequently, but this is a good album regardless. And their last release as of right now, Basic. And again, a very good album. I'm extremely proud of what they did, and I don't know, it's just, I'm glad that they made a comeback since such a long time, and now they're under Mystic Entertainment, so I think it fits them a lot more than being with Nega Network, who are like broke now. And then moving on to, okay, before I show like member stuff, the mini albums and like collaboration stuff like that. So the first thing that I have is with Love. Again, it's just like the very basic K-pop packaging. It's like a digipack kind of cardboard. And then My Style. And both of these mini albums are really good. Like these, they kept up a certain sound until Sound G. So then I have their like a special release that they did when Kim Yana was in the Winter Olympics in 2010, which is Festa on Ice. And this just is they have a song called Magic and Jump, and then a remix of Abracadabra, which was like the song of 2009, and is one of the best-selling K-pop songs of all time as well. But it just doesn't come with anything. It's just pictures of Kim Yana. But obviously I had to get this because it has songs with Bright Night Girls. And next I have Blue Brand second album, Trauma. This is like a collaboration album. Like back then, a lot of like K-pop groups used to feature on like special collaboration albums, where like they would have a song, like where one or two songs in those albums, and I guess they don't do that much anymore. Like I remember Orange Caramel did one, and with a song called Funny Honey, but now that's getting off topic. But actually I might even get the second part of this, because the second part is not like the part 1 and part 2 albums like they do nowadays in K-pop, where it's just completely different songs. Like part 1 has a separate batch of songs, and then part 2 has another other songs. But the part 2 for this, it features the songs that are in here, but this just has 8 tracks, and I think the part 2 has 10 tracks. Like it has like 2 new songs, and one of the songs is a song that MC Mong and Mello has. I forgot what it was called, but it's one of my favorite K-pop songs ever. It's just so good. I forgot what it was called. But the reason why I have this is because Mirio and Jea have a collaboration here which is called Love Is, so obviously I had to get it. The packaging for this is like nothing special. I might even just make an unboxing of this for people who are curious what it looks like inside, but it's literally no pictures, it's just lyrics. But obviously I had to get this because it had a song with Bar Night Girls members. Okay, so moving on to solo stuff. So that's it for the group album. So now moving on to solos. Before I start showing the things I have for solos, I'm planning to get some few items that just are mainly for collection purposes regarding Bright Night Girls. But so far I'm really happy with what I have. I was able to complete majority of the things that I wanted early this year because I made a haul for Bright Night Girls early 2017. So I don't know if I'll end up getting the rest of the things that I really want. So, but that's that. But I want the compilation album, the Japanese version of Sound G, and maybe just get signed the Japanese version, and what else? And the collaboration of Jia. So that's it for things that I want from Bright Night Girls, and that will complete my collection for them as a group. So now moving on to solo stuff. So here I have Narsha's album Pipi Papa Peri, which is just a really good album, and I remember it was really controversial because of the imagery in the music video, but I love this concept, and she really took a risk with this. I think she almost even won #1 with this solo. So that's it for Narsha. She just has one release. And then moving to my queen of all queens. If you're not familiar with my channel, like, Kain is one of my ultimate biases of all time. Like, it's Jessica, Kain, and Jokwan, and obviously I have to get majority of the things that Gain has. So the first thing that I have is her collaboration with SG Wannabe. I forgot his name, but this song was actually pretty big, and it's just really cute packaging. It's called and I'll just make an unboxing of this, but it's just nothing special when it comes to packaging, but the song is really good. And I think she made like an updated version because it's a Christmas song. But I have this collaboration single. I think it's called like Must Have Love. Yeah, Must Have Love. So this is the single that she released with a guy from SG Wannabe. Then her first solo album, Step 2-4. Which is one of the best K-pop solo debuts of all time, and it comes with a DVD and CD, but I don't have the CD because obviously I try to listen to it as much as possible. But she won #1 with this. It was just amazing. Like, I love this, what they did with her solo. Then she had a comeback with Talk About S, which features the song Bloom. Again, a fantastic album. Then she had another collaboration with, I forgot his name, but what's his name? Well, this album is just called Romantic Spring, and it features some other guy, I forgot his name, but it has a song called Brunch and another song that I think she promoted. But again, I love this, the vibe of this whole thing. It's very spring, winter-y feel, like in between that. And the music video is really nice. It makes me want to eat breakfast or have brunch. But the packaging is nothing special. Then I have her third mini album, Truth or Dare, which has the song Fuck You and Truth There, which were promoted. And the photo shoot for this is just really funny. It's just her being really silly. But really like this packaging and the whole concept that she brought with this, and the imagery for Fuck You with the music video was great. Then she had her comeback with Hawa, which I would say is probably the most popular release that she has, because Paradise Lost is, if not her most viewed music video, I haven't checked, but this mini album is really good as well. My only complaint with this is just that it lacks pictures. It's really thick, but half of this doesn't even have pictures of Kind. So it's just really, really upsetting. But the song content in here, very, very solid effort, and I think this might be my favorite album that she did. But it's just difficult to pick a favorite because the first two were really good. This one was more experimental, and her collaborations are like more on the cute side. But this one was just a fantastic album. And then the last thing that she has released is her part 1 of her supposedly first full-length album. But I don't know if it's going to be canceled because she was supposed to make a comeback like last year, like to promote the part 2. But I think I even talked about this with Mason and some of my other friends on Google Plus, that I think they just canceled that part 2, and they're either gonna cancel it entirely, or they are recording it all over again, because I think they were going for a certain thing or a certain theme for this album, and to because everything that Gain does it makes sense. Like, it's very artistic, and they put a lot of thought into whatever she releases, because all of the things she has ever released as a solo on her own, you can tell there's been a lot of thought into it, and I bet she puts a lot of her ideas into it as well. But all of Lowen and Kpop did an amazing job promoting Gain. But this one flopped hard. Mainly is because, first of all, the song that they picked as a title track is very similar to I Use the Red Shoes. It's definitely very similar, but it has the same producer, so what do you expect? Like, it has the same producers and writers, but also Kind's writers are like the same people who work with IU. But I don't know, this was a good mini album. I would not have picked Carnival as a title track, but they did. So as for the photo book, very, very, very nice. At least that was something positive with this, because this photo book had no pictures of her. This has, and I love the packaging as well. It's like a storybook, and the image here, I just thought everything was done here, except everything with this release was done really, really well, except for the selection of the title track and how it was promoted. So Carnival flopped hard, but the other songs in here are really good. Carnival is not a bad song, and the music video left me speechless. Again, all of her musics are really good. Music videos are really good, but I'm just really, really, really wondering what is going to happen to the part 2. If it's just gonna be, like I said earlier, if it's gonna be canceled as the so we will not have a full-length album, or if they're just re-recording the whole thing and picking better songs, because I think she hinted that this is a more lighter version of Kind. Like, it was very pure and innocent. I think the part 2 is going to be a lot more dark to make that huge contrast. And the music video definitely has a story to it, so I'm just the music video leaves you with so many questions, like Gain is actually dead or if she's not. So I'm just really curious whether they're going to release a part 2 anytime soon. I really want them to release a part 2 just to get that over with. But again, I don't know if Kain is going to promote on as a solo this year, because she has some problems with social media, and then she has like she's been diagnosed with like some disorder or something, and she's been involved with like some scandals this year. So I hope her company is like, you know, I know she's trying to talk about a lot of social issues and things like that, but I think she does it best with just her music videos, because whenever she's on social media, like, it just gets carried away, and sometimes people think things out of context. So it's just really annoying that she's getting all this bad press for like stupid things. So I hope that she just lays off social media and focuses on promoting her solo music career, because that's what she does best. And hopefully the next release doesn't flop, because she's never really flopped ever until she released Carnival. So I'm just curious and anticipating the part 2, and hopefully we'll get more music from Gain, because she's, in my opinion, one of the best solo acts in K-pop that come from a group. Like, there's very few artists that come from groups that do well solo, like extremely really really good. Like, I can only think of a few, especially from like the new like from just groups in general. Like, I can only pinpoint very few, like Taeyeon, Jessica, Hyuna, Gain, Jiyeon, Hyomin. Like, very few people who have debuted as solo. Luna, just really do well as solos. Like, so and they're usually the ones that are really 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 good are from like groups that are legendary. So that says something. So now I've been just rambling, and really curious if anyone knows about the Gain solo stuff. Please comment down below, because I don't know anything as of right now, because all I've seen is just articles reporting on scandals regarding her, which is really upsetting. If you have any other questions, you can comment down below. I can try to help you if I can, or you want a certain video, I can probably make it. And if you're curious about any other groups that I collect both boy groups and girl groups, solo artists, etc. And I had to make one for my queens and my ultimate bias. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.